What if I had been kinder to that person? Would they have turned out the same? What if I chose this instead? Where would I be now? What if I don't get into this college? What if I ruin my chance? These are all examples of what I call the what if mindset. It's a process of thinking we have where we imagine outcomes of the future or dwell on regrets of the past. It just takes one what if, and we think of them more often than we let on. Thoughts like, what if I had done this differently? Or what if this will happen? They can be as simple as wanting to change a spoken word or as big as wanting to change a life decision. These thoughts are often negative, but to change this way of thinking, we first have to understand why we do it. I know that in my case, I'm an indecisive person. I want to make the right decision in the moment, so I'll limit the regrets I'll have looking back. This sounds good, but most of the time, I won't choose anything by doing this, which in most cases can be worse than making the wrong decision. I saw the indecisiveness and doubt in myself, but now that I see my flaws, I'm able to accept them and be more decisive because of it. To break it down, what if thinking can be sorted into positives and negatives. Negative what ifs can be things we wish we could have changed, like a past opportunity. We think about what we could have done, saying, if I had just done this, everything would be so much better, when really, it probably wouldn't have been. You may say, what's wrong with thinking what if about the past? The thing is, it's so easy to do. And the more you do it, the more you take away from today and tomorrow. The solution is really simple. You have to accept that the past is gone, so leave it where it is. If you made a bad decision, there's nothing you can do now but learn from it. We forget that we should make mistakes, but remember that they're a part of who we are. If you worry, if you get stressed, it won't get you anywhere. If anything, it prevents you from doing well. I know that for me, I'm a high jumper on my track team. Some days I'll jump higher than I ever have, but then the next meet, I'll fail to clear even the lowest height. When I don't get the easy heights, it messes with me. I know more than anyone that I can't change my past jumps, but this is so hard to remember when I'm standing there, staring at the bar, knowing I only have one attempt left because I know I messed up the last two. After working at high jump for years, I've learned something really valuable. You have to have a strong mind that can set aside your frustration so you can just focus on the next jump. Because really, that's what must happen after you fail. You learn, you grow, and then you just focus on the next jump. What about the what ifs of the future? Things like, what if I don't get this grade on my test? Or what if this will happen? In my experience, the thing that's so terrifying about the future is that you have no idea what it holds. But even with this, there's a blessing of the future that the past can never have, and it's that you can change it. The past is gone, but what you do in the future can and will change your life. It's really all up to you. You don't have to have everything figured out. You think at 15 I do? No. Really, failing isn't the worst outcome. If anything, the worst thing is being afraid to fail, because once you do that, you can never change or get a different outcome. While making this talk, I've noticed that we have the wrong idea about the what if mindset. See, we think our what ifs limit us, but that's just not true. Really, we limit ourselves. We choose to worry over our mistakes. We choose to worry about future risks that might not even happen. But with all this about regrets and fears, it's hard to remember that what ifs can be a good thing. What if I succeeded? What if I made a difference? It's a lot easier to think about the negative rather than the positive. It's just in our nature to doubt and be prepared. But though the negative what ifs limit you, the positive what ifs can give you hope. When you catch yourself thinking the worst what ifs, try and flip them to the helpful side. Turn, what if I missed that opportunity, into, what if there's a better one? Turn the future fear of, what if I get rejected, into, what if I get accepted? I've learned that if there's no what if, there's no risk. If you let the risks of the future limit you, they're just going to become regrets of the past you'll want to change. There will be regrets of the past, but leave them there. Though the future is unknown, our fear isn't always bad. Fear lets you know when the what ifs are near, but it's only your choice whether to make them positive or not. Thank you.